Today, after a crazy opening weekend, it's on to week 2, and we've got a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Denver Broncos. Into the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And as we see so frequently here in Colorado, that one over the end line, so it'll come out to the 25. They start on the ground with Nick Chubb, and not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. This defense for the Broncos, terrific last week in the season-opening victory.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. 10 yards there, good enough for a Texan first down. So, Charles, this, game number 2 in the NFL career, this rookie quarterback, his guys took the loss in the opener. And when asked after that game by reporters how he did, he was pretty curt. He said, not well. What did you see?
Well, first and foremost, I loved his answer to the media because he was being honest. And those veterans in the locker room, they're looking at him to see how he's going to handle things, and they like the fact that he's not blaming other people because I thought he struggled. The only thing that's going to help him, though, reps. No matter how many big games you played in college, how well you do in practice, the reps in the real games, that's when you begin to grow as a quarterback.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. First carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains, that means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Okay, 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll look to throw. Man open, that's complete to Dalton Schultz. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 38-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called a big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers will get involved as this game goes on.
And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Hey, check that. Three.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he wisely will throw that one away.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. A give running right is Chubb. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. A pickup of 11 and a Texans first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside, as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up second down. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And that's off the mark, incomplete.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. He'll look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Hunt. Touchdown! Kareem Hunt. His first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Texans get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Fairbairn good with the extra point. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Fields it right around the goal line. And he's going to get this across the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 23. So 1st and 10 here for Wilson and the Broncos at their own 23. They run here with a second-year man from UNC, Javonte Williams. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Here's Wilson to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the former first-rounder Jimmy Ward. And they will score a pick 6 for the Texans TD. Still in the first quarter, but what a great start for them. I mean, they've controlled the airways, Charles, on both sides. They had the passing touchdown. Then they intercept the pass of the other squad and take it back for another score.
Brandon, I know we have a ton of time left, but what an early backbreaker they just delivered. They're up early, and they appear to be totally dialed in. And that offense, they're forced to run right back out. Still shaking up a bit, but feeling the pressure to put something on the scoreboard. They've got to be careful here.
And he's able to get it across the 20 to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They've been outplayed early, no question. Down 14-0 already as they come up 1st and 10. And he's brought down, but not before a really nice stiff arm to create a little space. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Only a yard there, sniffed out well defensively, and it brings up 3rd. They'll try and run for it. Here's Williams. Give him 3 yards there on the first down pickup. Play action with Wilson. This one into the hands of Burton. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
Draw play. Here's McAllister. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Well, you're down early. How do you get back in the game? Maybe establish the run. I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Hey, 0-0-0.
Now a give up the middle to Williams. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. Award that tackle for loss to the linebacker, Denzel Perryman. The Broncos at 1-0 on the year following the win in Week 1. And they were able to get that road victory in the opener. Now they look to get to 2-0 in front of the home crowd.
And look, any road win in the NFL, that's huge. But when you do it Week 1, that gets you pointed in the right direction and sends notice to the rest of the league that you mean business.
Wilson. Touchdown, Broncos. Jerry Jeudy, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Broncos are back within a score. Extra point from McManus is good. And that'll make our score 14-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25.
Let's go now.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Woods, the receiver, in motion left. They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On play action, they'll throw. That's out to Chubb, complete. Finding room at midfield. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it's going to yield a new set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 44-yard line. Chubb on the counter. 10 more there and another 1st down.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff. Hunt's going to run left. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Ready?
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
On the ball, now.
Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This defense not fooled one bit on that touch pass.
And this has become one of those kind of in vogue plays, you know, kind of like the shuffle pass was a few years ago. This one never got off the ground, but you understand why a lot of teams are running it. These wide receivers, a lot of them, they've run like running backs with the ball in their hands.
Now play number 7 of the drive as they're looking at a 3rd and 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And incomplete here to bring up 4th down as the rookie couldn't hold it in. So on 4th down, Texan kicker Ka'imi Fairbairn comes on. From the right hash and call it an even 50 yards. Fairbairn able to put this one through. And they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Fairbairn now following the made field goal. He'll send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And that closed up quickly there as he gets it up only to about the 17. Denzel Perryman there to bring him down.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
A reminder coming up at halftime, we'll head to Orlando. Standing by there, Jonathan Coachman. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL in this 2nd week of the regular season. Up the middle they go with McAllister. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. 23 yards on the tuck and run.
I'm willing to bet that he got a monster grin on his face when he saw what was happening. Man-Covers are so committed to denying the big throw that it pulled attention away from him, and he had an easy lane to hit, and hit it he did.
Play action. It's Wilson. He's going to fire one deep over the middle, and that is incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over, then they get a chance to continue their drive.
14.
2nd and 10 now, Wilson. And he whips that one incomplete there.
Martin, I think he's got to be careful as he continues to try to extend plays because he's already been intercepted in this game. And the coverage, they continue to challenge all of his receivers downfield.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Now it's Wilson. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. 4th down, so on is the punter, Riley Dixon. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. With it is Jackson. And that one a 55-yard punt, 13 on the return. And the Texans will take over. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And with a 17-7 lead, maybe they're just looking to get into the locker room. He's going to air it out deep for Woods. And got his man complete. Now the Texans will use one of their 2 remaining timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half.
First down, Texans.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Swings this out for Hunt. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line. But once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Come on. Hey.
Woods, the receiver, in motion right.
Happy Ranger.
And they're out of timeouts, remember, so this is going to have to be a delay. So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
Ready.
They'll set up a throw. Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. Touchdown, Houston. John Mechie with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And with 10 seconds left, not really enough time to put something together. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. So we have reached halftime here. It's the visitors, the Texans, out in front. As now we send you out to Orlando and hook back up with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be the Broncos getting the football first in this second half as they trail, and we are back underway. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
To throw is Wilson. Got a man complete. It's Hamler. And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped. A big play there on the catch and run. 33 yards. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. Now he dumps this off over the middle. And he's going to get this down near the 25. On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. Got a man open, it's Sutton. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. Again, Wilson. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. He'll get that complete to Albert O. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Texans are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
They begin this drive with Chubb. Oh, and he's not going to make it out of the end zone. The push too strong, and that'll be a safety.
Every team has plays in their book to try and buy some room when a safety's on the table. But a big variable is how does each team deal with the pressure of executing in those situations. In this case, they didn't, and they gave up 2 points.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. You just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Williams going to get it again on 2nd down. And he's got some space here. And they will finally get him to the ground at the Texans' 24. 77 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. Great run there, but looked like they were going to have him for the stop. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
Brings up 2nd and 11. Texans 25-yard line.
On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
They go play action now. Wilson. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
A big loss on the play. Brings up 4th down.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. Oh, he'll air this one deep for Judy. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! Jerry Judy. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Broncos' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Wow, talk about a big 4th down conversion for the score. Defensively, how do you let that happen?
I think you start with the offense and you give them credit for going for it and having that type of, well, let's face it, audacity. But defensively, I think you're right on target, partner. There's no way something like that's supposed to happen in that situation. You're supposed to be able to shut that down and get the ball back for your own team. Instead, they give up not just a big play, but a touchdown.
That's caught, and he will get into the end zone. So that shaves 2 more off the deficit as they now trail by 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Phillips, he's not going to bring this one out, so they will begin the drive at the 25. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And their lead cut in half by that touchdown a moment ago. They are up 7 as they begin this drive 1st and 10. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And some room to maneuver. Pushes past him. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 31 yards there and a 1st down. Defense really kept him in check running the football in the 1st half. Maybe that'll be a spark for him here in half 2.
So 2 words come to mind for me. Resilient, because he has to keep bouncing back after some limiting runs. And how about relentless? Keep going, knowing that you may pop one as he just did there.
And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. It's a loss of 4 on the 1st down play.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
2nd and 14. That one is caught by Hunt. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
On 1st down, they'll run with Chubb. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
And they're not going to get to the line to run another play, so we will switch ends as the... Second and 11 now. Now this time he'll look to throw. This will be complete to Mechie. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Simple drag route here, lined up out left and tried to work his way back across the field. You probably saw me twitch there, partner, because I think he wanted the ball a little bit sooner. By the time he looked it in, defender was right on him.
They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he picks up the first as he's able to take it down to the 7-yard line. Well, 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscle all over the field and getting pushed down it.
That sends them 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down. As we get late in this one, is altitude a factor for a visiting team in Denver? Is that something that's overplayed?
No, it's real, and I know a lot of the visiting teams like to downplay it because they don't want to get into the heads of their players, but you can't avoid it. As soon as you get to the locker room, you get to the stadium, they always post it in there. Welcome to Denver. Altitude 5,280 feet. The air is rare.
And again, it's Chubb. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. He'll drop to throw. Looking for a slot man, and he's got him. Touchdown, Texans. A great effort there, with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Texans have opened up a 2-touchdown lead here in this 4th quarter. Fairbairn good with the extra point, and the lead now up to 14.
Texans 31, Broncos 17.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And they had the touchdown during the last drive, and I'm guessing that you like the balance they had on that last drive.
And I loved it. Forget liking.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by John Johnson. And the Texans are going to take possession of the football. With such a costly interception, nearly a pick 6, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is, and oftentimes it's successful. But in this case, you've got to be selective about it and make touchdown.
John Mechie. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Texans have pretty well put it away here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
The Broncos take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Texans will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
Coming right, this is Chubb on the toss. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the fourth quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
55 rushing yards, rushing for him now to this point.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down fourth quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stuffed them for almost no gain.
And you can't do it much better than that. This ball kicks out of bounds at the 4-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And some room to roam now. And he'll be forced out of bounds all the way down inside the 20. A huge play there for Denver. 78 yards on the ground. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Now a 10th carry. Here's Williams. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. The tackle there by John Johnson. He's having a big game running the football, but that one will hurt the yards per carry a little bit.
Yeah, but the average he's got so far, that's the type of average he wants to take with him to contract negotiations, doesn't he?
They'll run up the middle with McAllister. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A great play there. His first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. McManus's point after is good. And the lead will be cut down to 14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now defensively they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Chubb with a first down carry as he'll get about 3 out of it. They get 2nd and 7 coming up. The recipe's pretty simple, I think, right? Just give your superstar the ball, continue to feed him.
Yeah, don't overthink this one, right? Make sure he's touching the football, but you're also counting on his intelligence and playing the game as well. If it's not there, don't force the run. Just make sure you hang on to the football and keep the clock ticking.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A huge play there for Houston. 52 yards. Things looking much rosier for him here in week 2. They work with the lead as they've got it 1st and 10. And he'll get this down only to the 18. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
And here come the whistles and a timeout with 7 seconds left. Oh, now look at this. They're lining up to add 3 more, a little insult to injury here late in the game. This to make it a 3-score game late. And his kick is indeed good, but now there is a penalty marker on the field, so let's see what this is about. So they elect to decline it.
And why not? Just go ahead and let the play stand, and they'll take that.
Fairbairn now, following the made field goal, he'll send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
K.J. Hamler on the return. The Broncos take over first and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
One last shot for Wilson. He's going to let it fly. And this is dropped and incomplete. Well, there's a metaphor for how this one is going.